Namaste and welcome to Yoga Story Daily Dose of Yoga. Today we're continuing on our hip series and we're going to talk about the rectus femoris. The rectus femoris is one of our 4 quad muscles that are located at the front of the thigh. The rectus femoris affects, however, the hip because it does cross the hip joint, whereas all of the quad muscles together also affect the knee, so they allow the knee to flex. The rectus femoris, however, because it crosses the hip, it also allows hip flexion. So that is attached to this lower part of the hip. And again, we're not going to get into super technical terms. Maybe we'll get into that in a workshop, but that's going to attach to your hip or originate from your hip and then move down all the way to what is called the tibial tuberosity, and that is located in at a bony part just below the patella. So we have our patella, and then if you move down maybe half an inch, you'll feel probably in your own body that bony part, and that's where our rectus femoris attaches. So that is going to allow hip flexion or help flex the hip, along with our sartorius, our tensor fasciae latae, and our psoas muscles, all of those helping to flex the hip. And that is what I have for you today in Yoga Story Daily Dose of Yoga. We will get into a mini practice soon, but we are going to talk a little bit about some of the other muscles that affect the hip before we get into a mini hip sequence, and then we'll move on to our glute series. So thank you again so much for watching, so much for listening. Peace.